It's inspiring. You're telling me before we went live that you're working like 80 hours a week,
Yep.
sometimes more than that,
Yep.
just to keep everything going. You're young, you're hustling. What's kind of gotten you into this realm? Like, what took you from maybe selling a couple of kicks on the side to being like, you know what? I'm gonna go get myself a storefront and I'm gonna start slinging kicks like it's fucking hotcakes. Like, what got you to that point?
I'd say it started about 8 years ago, collecting shoes. And then as I was collecting, I go to some of the sneaker cons or MSX's, is Milwaukee Shoe Exchange for you guys that don't know are from this area. And making a couple dollars off shoes, more than I'd be making at a job for $7.25, say
Yeah.
5 years ago. And so I stopped that for a little bit when I started working at Sherrill's Drive-In in Kenosha. After that, I worked at Giordano's, and I lost my job for a week due to the riots in Kenosha.
Okay.
And I was selling shoes, and ended up making more selling shoes than working and flipping pizzas in the air. So
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool, and I thought something I could take to a different level.
Yeah.
And blessed that it did.
So you kind of were just like dabbling a little bit in there, and it kind of
Yes.
started taking off on its own. You're like, well, shit. Like, there's no
100%.
point in me doing this if I can
Yeah.
do something I love and get paid even more for it. What what was that first shoe for you that made you fall in love with like sneaker culture?
I'd say the Jordan 7 Hair. It's kind of based on the Bugs Bunny kind of era, and that's what
Okay.
kind of got me into loving shoes, was that Jordan right there.
Did you own a pair? Were
Yeah,
they-
I did.
Oh, wow.
My dad bought it for me for a Christmas gift one year.
Wait, how old were you when that happened?
I was a freshman year in high school. So I was
Okay.
probably 15, 14, around there.
That's probably I feel like that's like around the time a lot of kids get really into like sneakers
That
and
is,
shoes.
it is.
Because I think for me it was probably like 8th grade freshman year, and I was like
100%.
obsessed, dude. Like I was just obsessed with them. But it was more for me because I played basketball. It was more
Okay.
like performance shoes.
I
than
played
it
2
was.
years for varsity.
Okay, really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Where were you go to school, Tremper?
I went to Ruther, and then I went to Tremper for my last 2 years.
Okay, so
pretty fun.
you know T-Jazz. We talked about.
I
this
do
prior.
I do know Tristan Jazz. I know his cameraman and his buddy Sergio a little bit more better.
Yeah.
But I recently met him. I knew him from Tremper and stuff like that, but I recently met him. I was in, I wouldn't say like a lower income part of Kenosha, but
Mhm.
there was some lower poverty apartments around me.
Yeah.
Well, he was buying Christmas presents for them kids. And I happened to look out my window one day, and I see a Tesla, and Tristan Jazz is chilling there.
You see the hair. He's
Yeah,
got the
exactly.
curly hair,
And
yeah.
they had the whole bait fit on and everything. And I was like, man, let me go check this guy out, say what's up. And I met him there, and I got invited to. He did a pop up at my buddy's store one time in Kenosha headquarters. Shout out to him.
Shout out headquarters.
Shout out to headquarters, yes. And it was shoot a basketball from 50 feet and win a free pair of shoes. So I got
okay.
invited to that. Fortunately, I didn't make any shots from 50 feet away,
Yeah.
which is pretty expected.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a super good vibe. He's very, very intelligent person. So
That's cool. I mean, it seems like it with the way he makes a
He
lot of
is.
smart
He
business
is.
moves. He's actually in right now. He's in the I don't know if you watch this at all. It's the TCL.
yes,
It's
yes.
the rapper like crew league. It's
Yep.
the crew league, and he's on whose team is he on? Tyga's team. I think.
I was about to say, just got done playing with Tiger, and man, I had that opportunity with Chris Brown and Tiger, just playing in the game with them is pretty insane.
It's gonna be crazy, dude. I mean, it was. I mean, I didn't. At least from the edit. Again, I don't know like what they cut out and what they keep, but from the edit, like he didn't. It didn't look like they like let him do a whole lot.
100%.
But he is probably one of the better players that's there, so that would make sense to not
Exactly.
like. But
But they want to see Tiger or Chris Brown score the ball
Yeah.
every once in a while.
They played GEazy in the first round.
Yep.
And they beat GEazy up, but it was pretty close though. I gotta
It
say.
was pretty close.
But I just that's crazy. You got to lace T-Jazz up one of these days.
Yes,
you
I
gotta
do.
Get him in
I
some
do.
sneaks.
I might fall a couple times, but we'll have fun.
Yeah.
Oh, lace him up.
No, I was
yeah,
saying like
yeah,
dressing. Like you got to get him in.
I would.
Shout out
I would.
KENOKICKS.
I know he likes Jordan 4, so maybe we could work something out with him one day,
That would be really cool.
or
You
maybe
already-
give a free pair to one of the customers one day.
that would be
that'd be
sweet.
cool.
That would be really sweet. Now, so speaking of the store, you guys do some interesting stuff. You were telling me before we went live about you guys got Nintendo in there and
Yep,
whatnot,
yep.
and you guys also do raffles.
We do. We do.
So you want to explain like how and kind of why you guys do the raffles that you do?
We do the raffles for like, I wouldn't say people. I'd say it's one for people that don't have all the money to buy a pair of shoes, but have $5 laying around to give to a pair of shoes that they could win.
Mhm.
And a lot of the older generation likes the raffle thing. So I have a thing where you buy 10 get one free. And a lot of the older guys come in there and like to test their luck, so it's pretty cool.
And how much does a raffle ticket usually go for?
$5. We only do $5 in the store.
I mean, that's pretty sweet. You're getting like a you know, between a $150 to like a $250 pair of shoes.
Yep.
And you're getting
well,
it for
the last one we
$5.
did was a pair of Space Jams. It was around a $500 pair of shoes. So.
And you could get it for $5.
Yes.
Like
yes.
I mean, this is not sponsored. He's not paying me to say this, but that is insane. That's really super cool.
I appreciate that.
And that was like one of the first things when I went in there. I was like, wow, this is pretty neat. And I really like, you know, I like the setup. Like you guys got the wall in there, people sign and everything. Like where do you get your ideas? Are you brainstorming these with like your family, friends? Like where do you get like your business sense from? Because obviously you were working these jobs, you know, you're just kind of working for the man, doing whatever to get a check, and then you decided I'm gonna be my own boss. Where does that mindset? I feel like that had to always be in you somewhere.
So growing up around 5 years old, my mom say, well, what do you want to do when you grow up? I said, I don't know, but I want to work for no one. So I always wanted to be my own boss. That was the biggest thing with me. I always looked at it as, well, if he could do it, I could do it. So that's kind of how it started or originated, I'd say.
Okay. How do you vet like ideas when it comes to like, you know, having that wall that you guys have the wall everybody signs? Or I know we were in there, my brother and I were in there the other day when you guys were kind of making a decision on purchasing a sign and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like
that guy was definitely something right there.
Yeah, that guy he was hard selling.
He was a good salesman.
Yeah.
The sign on the wall actually started on YouTube. Okay. I was watching, you know, around 2 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning. We don't got nothing to do.
You're in the wormhole of YouTube.
Exactly. You throw on YouTube. There's a store based in New Jersey, and they signed the wall. And I just seen how many people that would come in and sign that wall. I have around 300 signatures. Well, they probably have around 3,000 signatures.
Wow.
And, you know, I think it's nice to come in and, you know, if you're with your buddies, like, hey, I signed the wall. Just having that, like, yo, I went to KENOKICKS and signed the wall. My name's never going nowhere. You know what I mean? Hopefully we'll be able to sign the trim one day around the whole store. That's like the goal.
Yeah.
I kind of like the graffiti vibe too, and I think that's kind of where it started too.
It kind of gives everybody like a sense
welcome.
Of like they own, like almost not like they own the store, but it's like a home. It's like I own that little spot of real estate on the wall. That's my name.
And I'd say I go to a lot of sneaker stores and around the area. My buddy lives in Kentucky, and I went to a couple of them in Nashville. Okay. I go to the store, and the guy's just sitting there behind the counter with his phone or his AirPods in. You know, I'm like, why would I want to buy a pair of shoes off this guy? He doesn't even want to say hi to me when I go into a store.
Yeah.
So that was one of my things is like, if you're not going to buy something, let me give you something or a reason to buy. Just a welcoming thing. Everybody that comes in, I say, well, how'd you find out about us? Or how's your day?
Yeah.
You know, drive safe when you leave.
Yeah. Or just
stuff like
and that's the thing too. Like which I think is really smart, and a lot of creators kind of learn the tough way, and we talk a lot about creator stuff, obviously, as I do content and whatnot, is providing value. And that's what you're doing when you do that. It's even if they're not going to buy a pair of shoes from you, even if they don't want any of the other little stuff you got in there, you're providing an environment that is fun to be there. You know, I get to sign the wall. There's the Nintendo games going on. 100%. There's a guy who's greeting me, wants to talk to me. Like, and it's good vibes.
Going back to what you said, value. I think when they sign the wall, everyone thinks they're a valued customer, and that's how I completely want to come off. Everyone that comes in, even if you're taking free stickers, you're a valued customer. You know, if you come in here and you never buy anything, but you want to sit down and play the Nintendo, we're more than happy to have that happen, you know?
Yeah,
so
that's really cool.
It's a good vibe when you come in.
Thanks for watching that last video, guys. Click right over here to see the episode in its entirety, or click over here to subscribe and check out all the other cool shit we have on the channel. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Do it.